Okay, so you're watching All Things Haunted, and we're here live from Grimwood Hollow in Burbank, California. We're with Steve Cotroneo. You can't see his face because he's got a great lit up, but that's okay. So we're going to take a look at his yard display. Now, Steve, really quick, tell us a little bit about Grimwood Hollow, the names, their story behind it.
Well, we've done a yard hunt for a number of years, me and my wife, Nicole. She's my partner in crime with this, and we used to have a different name and a different theme, but we felt like the theme kind of gave us some constraints. We were kind of always stuck to this theme and this story, and this year we sort of wanted to break out of that story and come up with something new. So we decided to keep it just a little more vague and just come up with this kind of creepy name, Grimwood Hollow, that was more about a place and a location rather than a story. So we have like this just creepy location that we can kind of do whatever we want in here. So we wanted to create kind of this environment with just a lot of spooky stuff happening in there. So we figured, what if there was this place called Grimwood Hollow that you followed this crooked path to, and then all this spooky stuff happened within. And so that was kind of just the inspiration. We just really wanted to have kind of a new direction, a new theme, and kind of a vague story that allowed us to always elaborate on it and come up with new ideas.
Now, there's a lot of detail in a small area.
Thanks for noticing.
Talk to us about the detail. Now, this is all deliberate, right? You just didn't throw a bunch of stuff out here.
Absolutely. Nothing's thrown out there. In fact, it was all created from scratch. We made this by hand. There's very few things that are store-bought in here, and then even what was store-bought, the couple things, we try to alter it and make it our own. But 99% of what is in here was literally made right here at our house. All the tombstones were sculpted in foam and hard-coated and painted. The scarecrow, this animated swamp witch goblin creature, I made entirely from scratch in our dining room. It started from PVC from Home Depot, and then became a build-up one-off sculpture that was done with latex and a lot of different items. But detail has always been something super important to me as an artist for the entertainment industry. I love to just pack as much detail in there that can in itself tell a story. So even if you're not aware of a lot of the details you're seeing, your eye is picking up on that and perceiving that, and your mind's picking up on that, and it just kind of helps to enrich an environment and make it so much more believable and submersible, or submersive. So there is detail in here that guarantee no one will ever even see, but I know it's there and it makes me happy.
So let me ask you a question. Do I dare say that your cobweb has faces in it? Is that accidental, or did you do that?
That might have been the beer you were drinking.
Okay, because I don't know, you know?
That I can't take credit for that. Yeah, we worked hard on them to make them look creepy and fun, and you know, even just the cheesecloth webs, we try to sculpt them and make them look really cool and whimsical and creepy, but we didn't deliberately try to put faces in there. If those happen, well, maybe they're haunted webs. I don't know. So
now this isn't your first adventure, right? You did something back in the day called the Haunted Vineyard.
Right?
It ran 4 years from 2000. A little bit about that.
Yeah, so me and my partner at the time, my business partner Ron, we were working in the movie effects industry for years, and also the theme park industry. We always wanted to get a haunted house going. I had done yard displays like this my entire life, and I wanted to do a professional haunt. And so we actually, for 20 years, kicked around the idea, and it just took a long time to get all the pieces in place. But we wanted to create something that was unique, something different. Not saying it was better, just something unique from a lot of the traditional haunts that were out there, where you see like, you know, crazy clown rooms and butcher kitchens and zombies and whatever, you know, was pretty typical. We wanted to just sort of break the mold a little bit and create something a little more unique. And so we created an attraction that was at a 100-year-old winery that was very built in and themed to the location that we were at. And we tried to create something that had a very continual like feel and flow and theme and story to it. Not where there was a lot of disjointed rooms, but something that felt very cohesive all the way throughout. And we also wanted to make sure that when we created this, that it was all, for the most part, custom made, something that was very, again, original and unique, and not something you're going to find in stores, so that when people came and experienced it, they were getting to really experience something unique and original. And so that was our intention, was to just to make a very, again, submersive attraction that just felt very unique from other ones. And I felt like it delivered. A lot of people really loved it. It got great word of mouth, and we had so much great feedback from people in the 4 short years that we ran it. And I would have loved to have kept it going, but you know, things happen and you move on to other things. So even the yard haunts that I've done since then, and the few attractions I've done and been involved with, I feel like they all have at least a little taste of the vineyard still in them, though. I try to bring some of my style and what I love and what I tried to do at the vineyard also into my home haunts.
Now, when the vineyard was over, a lot of that stuff was either given away or sold. Now, you can still see some of your old props in some of the haunts around here, like at Coffin Creek.
That's true.
Higgins Manor, or to name a few. But what does that make you feel? Do you like that? Like it's almost a sequel to your legacy?
It's actually kind of I feel a little torn about it. It's mixed emotions. You know, I worked so hard on those, and they're my babies. You know, that's my art.
Yeah.
And so when I created them, I had a certain vision for all of the props and everything that I created, and wanted to use them in a certain way. And now other people are using them in their vision. So it's different, and it's fine, and it's cool, and it's their thing, but it's not necessarily the way I would have used them or the way I intended. But I gotta say, I love to see that their life continues. That I'd much rather them be out there in other people's attractions where people can still enjoy them and they're still having life, rather than sitting in a storage unit somewhere or rotting away or something. So I'm glad people are getting to use them and still see them. I just wish they were still in the right context. I still wish they were in the vineyard and it was still going and we were doing our thing, but...
So, do you ever think that you'll do something bigger? I mean, with social media and all the things that are out there, do you think you'll ever make either a yard haunt or a pro haunt?
Well, I've got a yard haunt. You're looking at it.
Well, I mean like a walkthrough with monsters and actors.
No, I'll never say never. I mean, you know, constantly I'm thinking about doing a pro haunt again and doing another walkthrough and some other crazy venture like that. I'd love to do another haunt. It's tough, you know, obviously working full time in this industry to also at the same time be able to put together a haunt to the caliber that I would want to, because I want to be able to put something out always that has some great quality to it. I want something unique that is going to stand out.
Yes.
And I want to be able to throw everything I have into it. So it's hard to do that when you are also working full time. So if I were to do another haunt, it would have to be under some very specific conditions and circumstances with the right people in place. Because, you know, it takes a lot of people to pull off a haunt. I couldn't do it myself. I think if I got the right partners involved, the right people involved, and under the right conditions, I think something cool could happen again. I just don't know if or when at this point.
Steve, thank you so much for letting us come out here. Thank you so much for talking with us. This is literally a work of art. This is a symphony. This is what I think.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Really loved it. You've always been great. But happy Halloween, man.
Yeah, happy Halloween to you, and thanks for coming out, bud. Yeah.
Awesome. So we just want to say again, we're here at Grimwood Hollow in Burbank, California, with Steve Cotroneo, formerly of the inventor of the Haunted Vineyard back in the day. That was out in Ontario, near Ontario Airport, near the airport, in a little place called Guasti. Yep. You'll be able to, if you look it up on the internet, you can see a lot of pictures and stuff from that. But anyway, again, you're watching All Things Haunted. And our next stop, we're going to be all over the place this weekend, so follow us, swipe right, invite your friends, and we'll see you soon.